Hey guys, Templar here. Now today I'll be talking to you guys about the animated movie Highlander. Now you guys might have never heard of this movie. The animated movie of Highlander is probably one of my favorites out of the earlier Highlander films. Now this though is a little different compared to the other Highlander movies and including the series. Now this animated show, or should I say movie I should say, because I can't compare it with the animated version show because I think that was a little sucky, but still, you get the point. Anyways, the animated movie of Highlander is extremely cool because this is actually a really cool part about it. It's actually supposed to be traced back from your main character, who's supposed to be belonging somewhere to the Celtic Britain. Now, if any of you guys want to look at historical accuracy in this, there is a lot, and as well there's not. For example, the big not version is when you take a look at the Romans. This is supposed to be late in the Roman occupation of Britain. Now, this is actually what I see messed up. The Romans at this point were pretty much all dressed up in lorica tarta. Now, if you guys don't realize what lorica tarta is, it's a type of Roman gear, or lorica hamatas, or as well have that type of general Roman design look, when in truth they really didn't look like that. Roman legions actually looked different in the late era of the Roman Empire. Their equipment, everything was completely the opposite compared to what they really were. Now, as well, we could also see our main character, Colin MacLeod. What his original name is Colin, I don't know what his last name is, but you get the point. Now, when we take a look at him and his tribe of some sort, we actually see that they're fighting against the Britons, but by this point in time, it's too late. It's like impossible for that to happen. Now, though, it is really impressive, though, that they do actually show that there is a fight scene or whatever, but the Romans somehow win immediately, which doesn't make any sense, really, because if it was a Celtic hill fort, it would probably take the Romans hours or maybe even days, months to even take the hill fort. Because technically it was impossible for pretty much Romans to even do this. But what I actually find a little stupid though is that the Britons and the Romans are fighting against each other at this point in time, when in truth they weren't. At this point in time they were technically allies. In other words, they were either fighting against the Picts from Scotland or sea invaders from, say, Germany. Either way, it's hard to say. So though, this was an impressive area of peace between cultures. Now though, what we do recognize though, our villain character is the Roman. So yeah. But now we actually see something in through it. It actually shows the different timelines and such, and pretty much of the type of equipment they would have used. Now I really like it though that they do show some Celtic religion in there, such as reincarnation. Such as with our main character's wife, who technically is brought back around 3 times, or technically 2 times actually, I should say. So yeah, we could see her sometime in Scotland and later on in the future version. But anyways. Now, the cool part about this about this movie is that it shows that history will always repeat itself. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter where it's from, or who it is, or what timeline it is. History will repeat itself no matter what it is. Compared from Rome to the Genghis Khan's empire to the Han dynasty to Hitler's Germany. It technically keeps going on. Now, in doing so, the villain character actually even states in one of his lines, the more things change, the more they'll stay the same. In which, that's correct. Everything that changes will always stay the same. In other words, you can technically see this through here and there. Now though, another thing though, the fighting in this series is kind of a little stupid because they're kind of using sword on sword when in truth that would never happen. Because if you were to use sword on sword, it would damage the blade a lot, but if they were to do it, then technically it would only be for a last ditch effort. But now, I'm kind of surprised why our main villain, Marcus, isn't technically using a type of shield or whatever just to protect himself. Just saying. But now, when we also take a look at Colin, we normally think, oh, he's not a Celt, he's not a Highlander. He wasn't born in the Highlands. Well, technically he was reborn in the Highlands. Okay, so it's complicated. But as well, I don't like it that they show kilts in the main fighting scene when you're in sometimes in a Highland. It's kind of weird. But now, here's the thing though, when we take a look at the series, or should I say the movie anyways, he's actually wanting to, well, get revenge. That's his entire destiny. He wants vengeance for what happened to his people. Which, if you think about it, if you saw your wife crucified and your tribe slaughtered, yeah, I really would hate the Romans too. Now here's the thing, the Romans are pretty much throughout timeline as based as the great culture, in which a lot of cultures, not just Europeans, technically wanted to be just like them. But see, that's the thing, they ended up always collapsing in the process. Hitler's Germany, Norman Britain, and including a couple hundred other kingdoms. This kind of kept on going over and over again. In fact, look at the British Empire, look at the French Empire, look at the Han Dynasty, the Mongolian Empire. This technically kept on going. Now though, what we also do see in the main character, we see him going through the different cycles such as World War I, World War II, we see him in the Imperial Japanese War, we see him in not just in the Celtic region, but as well even in the parts when Rome fell. Now though, that's actually kind of cool really of how it actually shows that. Because technically it shows that no matter how many things will change, history will stay the same no matter what we actually believe. That's why it's best to study history instead of actually just calling it a waste of time. Now I myself am a full-on lover of history because it makes sense. History will always repeat itself no matter what you do. Now I can hear you guys already, this can actually end in several ways in history books, but that's the thing, it always ends in several ways. But now guys, if you guys want to know more about this movie, let me know down in the comments below. As well guys, if you guys also want me to talk about any type of anime, let me also know down in the comments below and I'll get right down to it. Anyways guys, this has been Templar. Have a good day.